Marhaba, this is the Arab Gamer, gaming from the Arab world. Today on Game Point, I'm going to be discussing about a very interesting topic, which is Arab game developers and what I think about them. Now, I don't know if you guys seen this, but over the course of the weekend, there was this very interesting article that Saudi Gamer published, and it talked about what they think for Arab game developers. It was a really interesting article, so it also sparked some controversy because a lot of the people I follow are also Arab game developers, and there was this huge, back and forth debate going on Twitter. Some said that the reason why no one buys Arab games or games developed in the Arab world was because of poor marketing. The other one said it's due to poor quality. Everyone has their own point of view. The rise of this instance, I decided to share my own thoughts on the matter. So because sometimes I'm part of Bahrain game developers, so I sometimes get this question asked a lot, like what do I think about Arab game developers and why they're not really succeeding. The thing about Arab game developers is that yes, marketing is an issue, money is always an issue, but I don't think those are the main concerns. I think the main problem with Arab game developers is that they probably lack perspective. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging everyone on this, but from the majority of games I've seen developed in the Arab world, they don't really spark, how should I say this? They don't make you feel like you want to go out and buy it. That's the easiest way I could put it. I mean, there's just nothing that really drives the game. I've never seen a game, there are some games which I'll talk about later, one particular game, but in general I felt that Arab game developers, they just sort of lack perspective, as in they don't know what they're doing. Most of the time it's just, here's a game, maybe let's make it look like this game, no wait, let's make it look like this game, and then you end up getting a jumbled mess. I hate going back to this a lot, but like games such as Unearthed, for example, they don't really feel original. Yes, there is a lot of effort put into that game, I can guarantee you, and it is a big leap, still a big leap for the Arab game development scene, because it actually took all that, it actually tried to go with a AAA approach. But the problem is, whenever you look at it, you always think Uncharted. You can't escape that, and it's practically in the name, and that's something you can't really change. So you also get other games such as I don't know, there's this one game which I forgot its name, but it's pretty much like Fun Run, but more developed for Arab gamers. And then you get other games, that sort of stream of games, they don't really inspire much. It's not because you get Arab game developers that say that no one buys our games. Well, yeah, we don't buy your games because they're not interesting. I'm sorry, but these games, you're competing in a worldwide market. Now, if we were in, let's say, Japan, you have games that are catered to Japanese gamers, because the Japanese gaming industry started a long time ago, started in the 80s, and now it's matured, and the people who grew up in Japan are now used to Japanese games. But in the Arab world, we got used to playing Japanese, European, US games, but we're not used to playing Arabic games. And unfortunately, when we do try to go there, we tend to feel a bit, unwelcome, not unwelcome, but more on the lines of uncomfortable, I guess. You basically don't feel like you want to explore this world because it probably lacks quality. You don't like the art style, the story is lame, what's up with the music, the list can go on, but it just doesn't feel very familiar. And that's because the Arab game development scene is a little too late to us, because now we have the internet, and we are accustomed to, as Arab gamers, we are accustomed to international games that come from the US, Europe, and Japan. So that's a big thing that Arab game developers need to overcome. They don't need to think about creating, the next, how should I say, the next Minecraft or the next Uncharted. They need to think about creating the next game that they will play. It's the game that would make them want to put down, let's say, whatever they're playing and actually play it. Like for example, let's say you're used to playing Minecraft and all of a sudden you migrated to a different game. that kind of means something to you, and that's what Arab game developers or game developers in general need to strive towards. And it doesn't really require that much of a budget. Look at games, for example, Ridiculous Fishing. I don't know if you guys played this, but it's a ridiculously fun game, and it's literally a game about fishing, but it's really hardcore. You got this really simplified pixel graphics, and it's very fun, very addicting, and I've never played anything like it. And that's what sold me on it. It's very unique, it's addicting, and it's not trying to be something else. So I go back to the other topic, which was what game do I really do find that is attractive in the Arab gaming development scene, which was, there's one game called, I believe it was called Octopus City Blues. It was developed by a man in Kuwait named Firas, I believe, and it was a very interesting game because it had a very unique aesthetic. I've read a lot of the dialogue. It seems very interesting, it's funny, it's engaging, and it's sticking to one flow. The problem is I've seen a lot of Arab games, and a lot of them are like this. They're like broken up stacks that are just trying to fit together, but they're not, because each one is a different element and they're just not blending well together. And worst of all, they tend up to look like clones. I don't know. I guess this is my main perspective of what I think about Arab game developers. I mean, I want to see something to come out here from the Arab gaming world that not us we can respect, but the world can respect. This is what we need to aim for, international standards, because whatever is going to happen internationally is going to reflect back on us, whether we like it or not. This is the dawn of the internet. We don't just stick to a regional base. We go out there, we show them who we are. We say, this is a game that was made in this country and it's in the Arab world. That's what I want to see. And it has to be a freaking badass game. I'm not talking about a clone. I don't want to see a clone. I don't want to see the next Minecraft clone or something come out from here. I want to see a very freaking legit game coming from here, has the Arab gaming stamp on it and says, this was made right here in the Arab world, and that's what I want to see. So what do you guys think? I mean, do you think that Arab gaming or Arab game development will expand in the region, or do you think it's just gonna stay the same and we're not gonna go anywhere? Let us know, hit us up in the comments below. This is Rashid the Arab Gamer, gaming from the Arab world, Ya Aziz.